In contemporary culture, wealth, success, and happiness are widely valued. Yet the Stoics thought that these things had a complicated role in leading a happy life. In Stoics' approach, the state of your thoughts determines your happiness. By setting priorities for your words and actions, you can live in the moment with contentment, knowing that you have given your best attention to what benefits you. You are content with your decisions and where you have ended up, and you are no longer concerned about the past or future. There are several techniques for achieving happiness in our lives that range from philosophy to self-improvement. Stoicism does not proclaim to have all the solutions, and it cannot teach you exactly how to be happy. Stoicism tells us that we are personally responsible for our happiness, and it is up to us to generate it by our actions. Stoicism is a realistic approach to living that does not deny the fact that life is difficult and hardship is inherent. Instead of battling, escaping from, or attempting to reach pleasure as if it's a goal in itself in which all our difficulties cease to exist. Stoicism encourages us to accept, embrace, and make the most of reality. It encourages us to reflect on happiness as a process, similar to self-improvement and the quest for our better selves. Only through this process can we take the necessary steps to become the individuals we want to be and eventually achieve the pleasure we desire. In this video, we're going to dive into finding happiness through Stoicism, a guide to a fulfilling life. Let's embark on a journey of Stoicism. These concepts, when applied, instantly bring peace to one's life. Thank you for coming here, and let us nurture Stoicism for a better mindset in life. Number 1, put your energy on what you can control and stop worrying about things you can't control. There are probably occasions when you spend your time worrying about things you have little or no control over, such as world instability, receiving harsh criticism from others to drag you down, or the possibility that your flight may be delayed or canceled. Many of us find it extremely difficult to accept the harsh reality that we have no control over anything that occurs in our lives. Sadly, a lot of us tend to concentrate on the things we are powerless to change. This causes concern, which can start a vicious cycle whereby our anxiety increases as a result of our worries. Ultimately, we worry about some things more when we fight the reality that we cannot control them. The environment we live in, outside happenings, other people, nature, our genes, and the past are all beyond our control. It is useless to attempt to control or worry about any of these things. Doing so will simply make life more challenging. We suffer as a result of our persistent attempts to try to control these things. The basic fundamental of Stoicism is that although we do not influence the outside surroundings, we do have power over how we react to it. Controlling our minds allows us to attain both short and long-term goals. It enables us to navigate our professional and personal lives with a clear, confident, and growth-oriented perspective. It's difficult to attain our goals while our thoughts are under attack, especially when the attack originates from within ourselves. These attacks can distract us, cause us to doubt ourselves, and derail our progress. However, what you pay attention to influences your life. If you can learn to disregard your negative ideas, you'll have an easier job maintaining a happy attitude. Number 2, embrace destiny. It's difficult to accept fate. It's particularly challenging when we experience unfair, sad, or traumatic events in life. It's human nature to want to push back, to resist, to attempt to alter our situation. However, there are certain things in life that we can't control. And as Stoics, we know that our reaction to such situations is the only thing under our control. We must come to terms with our destiny. We should quit worrying about the things we cannot control and instead concentrate on the things we can. Giving up does not equate to accepting one's fate. It's not about giving up or being comfortable. It all comes down to responding to obstacles in our path with initiative and purpose. Epictetus was one of the Stoics who wrote about the uncertainties of life. He thought that focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't is the secret to living a happy life. "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," he famously stated. Although accepting one's fate is not a simple or obvious way to deal with life's difficulties, it may be a very effective strategy for building resilience and serenity. Through prioritizing our actions, redefining our beliefs, and establishing a network of support, we may develop a resilient and accepting attitude that will benefit us in every facet of our lives. How do we, personally, develop this kind of approach? Being in the present moment without passing judgment is the practice of mindfulness. Being attentive makes it easier for us to identify our thoughts and feelings as they come up and to react to them in a composed and deliberate manner. Try to reframe obstacles or failures as chances for learning and development rather than as bad things to happen. This can assist in changing your viewpoint and facilitate accepting life as it comes. Number 3, embrace your imperfection. From applying social media filters to selfies to deliberately managing their life, everyone appears determined to hide flaws. Failure seems to be a disaster, and any degree of imperfection is unbearable. Furthermore, for the majority of individuals, that merely serves to distance themselves from the illusion of perfection and set themselves up for a miserable, unsatisfied existence. We frequently find ourselves in the paradoxical situation of loneliness as a result of our unwavering quest for excellence. We strive for an unattainable ideal and expect perfection in every area of our life. While we strive for perfection, we overlook the truth that the only flawless object in the universe is nature itself. Furthermore, what is an idea? For one individual may be inappropriate for another. Our objectives and notions of perfection differ dramatically. What we see to be perfection in others may be different from their pursuit of excellence. In essence, expecting perfection from others for our benefit is a crime against the beauty of human diversity. Instead, let us accept our flaws, knowing that it is in these disparities that we find the richness of our common humanity. Imperfections make you unique. They make you lovely. They make you distinct. Our true perfection resides in recognizing our flaws, for it is through them that we grow and connect with others. Number 4, think of death. It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Seneca. Although we all know that death is inevitable, we continue to live as though it will never end. As a result, we spend a lot of time on pointless activities and do very little to help us achieve our goals. We lament that we don't have enough time after wasting it. Death is always looming large above us, watching every moment pass. Life is only long enough to do the things that are meaningful to us. Because there is no time to waste, it is brief. We only have so much time here on Earth. We are not able to recover lost time. Therefore, we shouldn't waste it on unimportant or frivolous things. To be joyful, we have to allow the idea of death to alter how we relate to time. Let it instruct us to savor each moment and to be present. Neither fear nor depression are necessary when considering death. Instead, it could motivate us. The greatest source of incentive exists: death. The notion that your life and the lives of your loved ones may end at any time is one of the most energizing concepts. Like nothing else, it makes us feel compelled to act and gives us a sense of urgency. It gives us a sense of purpose, drives us to pursue important things with vigor, and inspires us to act morally. To become the person we want to be, we must often reflect on our morals. We can only genuinely live our lives if we understand that our life here in this world will eventually end. Number 5, do less. Here is a simple recipe for both improvements and happiness. It originates from Marcus Aurelius, and the fact that it came from such a busy guy with so many commitments and responsibilities is not to be overlooked. If you seek tranquility, he said, do less. Just do what's necessary. Which brings a double satisfaction, he said, to do less, better. Each of us must take the time to clarify our priorities and recognize our boundaries. What is the most significant thing in our life? What is the next most important thing? What will we say no to so that we may concentrate on things that are important to ourselves? What will we say no to or yes to safeguard our pleasure and peace? To accomplish more of the things that matter to us, it's not always necessary to do more. Sometimes it's better to do less so that we can do more of what we care most about. Is your soul being tainted by social media? Get rid of it. Are there some people hurting and upsetting you? Take them out of your life. Keep getting rid of everything else that is detrimental to your productivity and serenity. Number 6, surround yourself with the right people. The key is to keep company with those who uplift you, those whose presence calls forth your best. Epictetus. The phrase is a great remark from Epictetus that emphasizes the significance of surrounding oneself with people who want the best for you. Are they supportive of you? Have they got a vision and a meaning in life? When you succeed, are they celebrating with you, or are they bitching behind your back in jealousy? Are they honest? Are they caring? And do their values align similarly to yours? Even better, have you got a friendship where you disagree on a lot, but you constructively make each other better beings of society, pushing each other to vicariously learn? Do you find yourself crying with laughter and love when in the presence of this person? Let us focus on one aspect. Be cautious of who you surround yourself with. Our animal minds have a hive mentality that allows us to fit in with the masses as part of our primal instincts for social integration and belonging. It may be more prominent in some people or more prone to be triggered in specific situations. Still, one thing is clear. We will be impacted to varied degrees by those around us, either consciously or unconsciously. So let us utilize that judgment and make a conscious effort to surround ourselves with people who are good for us, or to be aware of those we do not want to mimic. This gets quite wide, so each person will have his or her trip with it. But this week, take inventory of the people around you to pick a better entourage, or to be aware of an entourage that you do not want imprinting habits on you. Number 7, live virtuously. Living a virtuous life can provide us with personal pleasure and happiness. Pursuing virtue is the pursuit of happiness, according to the Stoic. A good life will ensue if we can live moral lives. Pursuing virtue is the most rewarding thing you can do with your life. But what exactly does it mean to cultivate virtue? Being virtuous entails improving oneself and aiming to fulfill one's potential. We will be delighted when we transform into the person we desire to be. However, the Stoics also impart to us the idea that pleasure is a matter of human choice. Accepting responsibility for who we are and the status of our lives is the first and most crucial thing we can do. Then, and only then, will we be able to accomplish our dreams and live happy, fulfilled lives. The capacity to see possibilities inside a challenge is essential for living a good life. When you view challenges as opportunities, they lose their ability to disturb you or drain your will to live virtuously. In contrast, if you fail to perceive the potential in a challenge, you have a reason not to act. According to Holiday, we've all used these reasons at some point to escape our need to live virtuously. By doing so, we lose ourselves of the upward impetus required to live a fulfilling life. A life without virtue is difficult, unfulfilling, and draining, since every action requires you to weigh potential consequences and fear that you will not obtain what you desire. Making your decision based on virtue provides you peace, since utilizing virtue is rewarding in itself, even if things don't turn out the way you expected.